Okay, so this video is a two-parter because, I said that part of my channel is a therapy session and these things are pretty important to discuss. So I'm going to discuss them and hopefully help some people. So the first thing is how to deal with a breakup. One question that I'm sure you guys have asked if you've ever had to break up with someone, or I'm sure that you've heard other people ask, is how do I break up in a nice way? There is not a nice way to break up. Regardless of how you do it, it's gonna hurt. Because, you're telling this person that you no longer want to be with them romantically, and that's gonna sting regardless of how you do it. There are ways that are better than others, but there's not really a nice way to do it. Now, before I tell you that you can do it all these other ways, there is something you have to keep in mind. A lot of people will tell you you cannot be friends with your exes. That is a lie. That is a lie. Yes, there are some relationships where not being friends with the person might be your best option. But if a relationship ends amicably and on good enough terms, it might take a while, but you can eventually become friends with that person again. And it's such a rare occurrence, but you're so lucky if you get that chance. Because after all, chances are you were friends with them first, and something made you guys be friends, and that something is probably still there. So if the relationship ends on good terms, stay friends with them. It's a way to keep them in your life, but don't do it just for that. Yeah, I'll make that clear. Only do it if the relationship ends and you think you can remain friends and on good terms. If you think that you being friends with them is going to give you a second chance, or it's going to make it easier to be with them later, or it's going to solve problems, or it's going to give you an option to air, don't do that. Only do it if you really think that friends is a good option for you guys and can stay friends. Okay, now for the actual breakup aftermath. Let's say that they did it the right way, which is in person, alone, in a neutral area, as in not either one of your houses. It's gonna stink for both of you. I would say talk about what went wrong. Like, don't say, oh, no, you did this, this, and this, and accuse them. But the best way is to give each other closure on why you ended it without accusing them. Let them say what they need to say and say, okay. You've heard them, you respect what they've had to say, they respect what you have to say. And then, unless it's an amicable ending, because depending on why you guys break up, it could either be really bad and you can't even be with them, or it may be, you guys still friends. Either one can happen at that end. So if it's bad, cut off communication and, spend time with your friends, your family, work on yourself, and move on, or how long that takes. It's gonna hurt a lot at first, but depending on how long the relationship was, you can move on. One thing that I found has helped me in the past is focusing on the superficial things. So, sometimes I'd get, these gifts from somebody, so I would just focus on, oh, I'm gonna miss getting those gifts. I'm gonna miss seeing that, just the most superficial things, because that helped me move on from that, and it helped me, at the time I was like, this is how I'm not gonna do with my feelings. But at the end, I still did deal with them, but focusing on that really helped me move on. If it ends well, and you guys still want to be friends, don't cut off communication completely, but maybe give them some space and reconvene at a more happy time. When things are going to calm down and when you feel you can bring up something completely casually and start it from there, because at the end of the day, you want to be friends with them, right? So try to make it work. So part 2 will be more like a letter to some people because it needs to be discussed, and I will see you guys then.